Hi guys, Alexandra from Mason Lifestyle. I hope you guys are doing well. So about a month ago, I did this video from ready to wear to sewing patterns and you guys loved it. So I hope you guys got a lot of inspiration and that you picked a couple of patterns, and I think I put like 10 patterns. I don't know, I'm gonna link up the video above, but I put a couple of patterns and some ready to wear styles for fall, and they had some beautiful things. And anyways, you guys loved that video, and it is middle of October, and I don't know if you have been paying attention, but a lot of the big design houses, Dior, Chanel, McQueen, all of those big houses just put on their fashion shows, and some things were a little bit out of the box, like McQueen, which I absolutely love McQueen. They have some beautiful things. I don't know if you saw Chanel's show. They did something a little bit different. They took a page from the 90s where the models were just walking down the runway. It was very playful with the photographers on the side. You could tell that everybody was having a good time. And I have to say that the clothes were absolutely beautiful. So Carlos from Vogue Patterns, if you are watching this video, I got a list of patterns that I want you to get inspired by. Wink, wink. You know what I mean. So with that being said, I thought let's do a video with some patterns that are very much inspired by the big design houses like Gucci, Oscar de la Renta, Dior, and one of my favorites, which is Alexander McQueen. And we're going to start there because they have some amazing things. So I'm going to start with Vogue 1782, and I'm going to put the picture of like right next to me. So this dress was from spring 2020, I believe, and Vogue Patterns got inspired. And you may say, yes, the sleeves are a bit much for me. Yes, they are from a little bit for me too. They're a little bit, I have broad shoulders. This is kind of like not the style for me. But when you think about it, it's a great dress. It is for an advanced person that is sewing. You have a lot of seams, right? You have a lot of seams and curves. The back is the same way. But again, it's a great dress. And if you want to get inspired from Alexander McQueen, you can. Their dress was in, I believe, white fabric, and I need to find a picture and pop it up here. And also, if you look at the close-up details on that dress, I don't know if it was hand done or if it was machine done, but it had some details on the seams. So again, Vogue Patterns is getting inspired by that dress and giving you that dress, which I think is absolutely amazing. And again, if you want to go that route, it's definitely a dress that you can make. The details on the dress, that obviously takes it to a whole nother level. But again, you can do a little sewing on your own with Alexander McQueen. So another pattern that Vogue has, and I actually have this pattern, and I actually have to make it because this pattern is great for summer and also fall. It is Vogue 1725, and again, I'm going to pop a picture of it up there. So it is a dress with an asymmetrical hemline. I don't know if you can call it symmetrical, but it's not a strained hem. It's got kind of like a little up and down going on. And Alexander McQueen's dress is in a emerald green, but it's a beautiful dress. And I really think that is something that, Alexander Schmo like me can wear. And again, Vogue made it with sleeves, or you can go without sleeves again. So summer and fall, and you can even just copy what the designer did, which is that emerald green, which is such a flattering color to so many. Or you can pick your own fabric, right? So again, I am so glad that Vogue likes McQueen because I do too. So another design from Alexander McQueen, it is Vogue 1649. And again, it is taking a picture of this asymmetrical kind of design within a coat. Um, I think the model, and I'll put a picture of the pattern up. This pattern I don't have. It's just right now coats are not. I made one coat a sew along for somebody else, and I think that's my coat for this winter. And then I bought another pattern for a vintage pattern, which I'm probably going to make next year. But this pattern is actually a very nice one. Again, Vogue 1649. The pattern has a model with a black coat and kind of like a red stripe detail at the bottom. The one from McQueen, it is a red fabric. So again, you can get a red, either melton wool, or you perhaps can get cashmere, blend the cashmere and wool and make this coat yourself. Again, great, beautiful pattern. Another designer that Vogue loves, it's Gucci. I'm not a huge Gucci fan. I feel like sometimes they have gone a little too mainstream, or I don't get where they're going with it, with this new designer that they have. So I'm just not drawn to it. But Vogue loves Gucci, and I know a lot of people do. And if you are a Gucci lover, you may want to look at Vogue 1654. It is a dress with a little bit of a bigger sleeves and kind of like a V neckline. But again, Gucci dress, fabric is nothing completely out of this world that you can't find. I think this is something that you can replicate pretty easily, or perhaps get some other fabric and just pick another fabric for this one. Another Vogue Gucci design is a jumpsuit. It's Vogue 1719. And this is a jumpsuit. Gucci had it as more of a play suit with just shorts, a big old Gucci belt, which I guess you can get a Gucci belt. I don't have one. I'm not one of those because, again, I'm not a lover of all things Gucci like I am of, like, let's say Chanel or perhaps Dior or Alexander McQueen. Love them. So again, another pattern that you can use. You can get inspired by the design. You can leave it as long pants, or you can perhaps do a play suit and just really go all out. Another designer that Vogue loves is Carolina Herrera, which I absolutely love Carolina. She is, she is retired now. They have a new designer. His name is Wes Gordon. He has some beautiful designs too, but Carolina, it just always reminds me of a brand that is classic, very elegant. That woman never looks like wrinkled or has a bad hair day, but obviously, as we all know, she probably puts a little effort into that, right? But Vogue came out with a Vogue 93, 97, and again, I'm going to put a picture up, and this pattern has actually been reissued as a Vogue 1743. Again, it has a lot of bias cut details on the bodice for this pattern, but this is not something that is incredibly earth-shattering or hard to make. So again, another beautiful dress that you can make at home and wear a beautiful design. Here's another one, Vogue 1672. And I know that Meghan Markle wore this dress, and I believe this is also reissued, but this is actually a Carolina Herrera dress. And you can perhaps get inspired. You can use a different fabric, or you can perhaps use maybe like a lightweight denim, something like a 4-ounce, get a matching belt, or make it yourself a beautiful pair of like leopard pumps or flats, and you are ready to go. Again, this is nothing that is a design that's completely out of the box. I think this is a classic dress that you can dress up, or dress down and go about work and play. So again, that's a beautiful dress. And another Carolina Herrera dress. And when I saw this, I actually beelined more for the fabric because I saw it in Vogue Fabrics, and I'm actually going to put a link to this fabric on their website because I checked today and they still have this fabric available. But this is Vogue 9103. So that is actually a Carolina Herrera design. This fabric is on Mood Fabric's website as fabric panels. It's not inexpensive, but you're probably going to need about 3 to 4 panels. You can make yourself a design by Carolina Herrera with dead stock from her own fabric. So again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dress. And guys, talking about designer fabrics, they are out there. Some of these designers do get rid of dead stock. I don't know if guys, you've heard about Salvage and Bolt. They are out in the UK every now and then, and they have fabric from Gucci. I've seen them have fabric from Versace, and she doesn't put it explicitly on her website, but if you listen to her Instagram where she's presenting these fabrics, she shows you the fabric, she shows you the salvage, where it says where it's coming from, who's it for. She also shows you a past design which they use for this fabric. So you can always go and find these fabrics. They are out there. I'm not guaranteed that all of them are gonna be, right? But they're out there. You can definitely find some of these things. For example, Chanel uses Linton Tweets, which I'm sure you guys know about, and they reissue fabrics every week. So every week there's a new tweet design, and if you like it, if you love it, then buy a couple of yards. Again, yes, it's not inexpensive, so don't think that you're going to be buying 4, 5, 6 yards and just going to town, and if I screw that one up, that design, it's going to be okay. No, perhaps this is the design that you make a meal, right, a muslin, and you really kind of check your fit, make sure that you're happy with it, and then that you go and you cut your nice fabric. So these fabrics are out there. There are a couple of more fabric designers. I would say fabric stores that carry some of that dead stock. Some of them, yes, they do go ahead and say it, and others do not. But if you really look at the fabrics and that you are paying attention to some of your favorite designers, you can find them. They are out there. So I'm going to keep going. Another designer that Vogue loves, and I do too, and you know, the man has passed away, and they have some new designers in running their house, and they're actually a lot of fun, and they are taking the designs to a different level. But Oscar de la Renta, he was absolutely amazing. Classic designs, really one of those champions of design. So Vogue 1735, and I believe that is also a pattern that was reissued. I believe it is. This pattern has a plunging neckline, and it's not something that I would wear. That just neckline is just not me. Again, we have a pattern, so you can always raise the neckline, and I should probably do a video on that. Show you how to raise a neckline and how to adjust your facings. So this is, you know, showing a little bit too much cleavage, no problem. We can fix that. But it's a beautiful pattern. Also, Vogue 1636. This is a top from kind of like a suit. And again, another pattern that it's from Oscar, inspired by Oscar, and that you can make it in like a green fabric. You can make it in a dark blue fabric, which is kind of like the inspiration picture. And again, you can wear this with a lovely pair of trousers or pair of pants, and you can go to town. Again, these are classic designs. I'm not showing you anything that's completely out of the box, or kind of like an Alexander McQueen's jacket that has like 7 or 8 zippers that you're like, there's no way 6 months later I'm gonna come out making that one. No, these are designs that are not bad to make, and there are things that you can tackle on your own. I could keep going on Oscar, but I'm going to keep going. I mean, I could keep going on forever on these, but Vogue 9267, that is also an Oscar de la Renta dress. It's beautiful. Again, a classic design, and I think I've seen this fabric in Mood. I'm not 100% sure, but boy, it's beautiful. Spring dress, if you could find the fabric. If not, you could find something else and make it. It's absolutely a gorgeous dress. So, a lesser known designer, Rosie Azulen. Do you guys know who she is? Beautiful designer. She actually replies to you on Instagram if you send her a message. But Vogue 1700, which is a top, is actually inspired by a dress from Rosie Azulen. So it's kind of like a plunging neckline, and it's got big sleeves, but this is actually a dress from Rosie. So you should definitely check that pattern out. Also, another, it's not a Vogue inspired pattern by Rosie, but she just came out with this beautiful dress, and it's in beige. I saw a comedian, I believe her name is Mindy, and she had this dress. It's a linen. The entire trim of the dress are pearls. Guys, you can just use, for example, Vogue 1747, which is a shirt dress pattern with a belt, and you can get yourself some beautiful beige taupe linen. Get yourself some pearl trim. It's out there. Check out Etsy and make this dress. Again, beautiful dress. You can make it. And guys, I could keep going. Vogue has taken inspiration from Dior. They've taken inspiration from Chanel. They've taken inspiration from Miu Miu. So many other pattern designers out there. You just really have to pay attention to the design. Sometimes they change a couple of things. Perhaps a dress, they make it into a top. Perhaps a jacket, they shorten it, but it is that design. And you know, I haven't even really gotten into kind of looking at vintage patterns that were done by the designers themselves. Like, for example, John Galliano, he created a pattern, and I have to find it. He created a pattern, I believe it's under Givenchy, and that pattern is a dress that was on the runway. So I have to research it, but I'm definitely going to keep doing these videos. And, you know, probably designer, like high-end designers, I'll probably do it once a year because there's a lot to look through. And obviously Vogue does not release that many patterns, which actually they just released a new collection under the radar. You're seeing it in stores. It's still not yet on the website as of today, but they're out there. They are out there. I think they're going a little bit more 80s this time around, but I really have to go and check out the designs. But they do have these patterns out there. But I think what I'm going to do is perhaps check out some of their vintage patterns. And their vintage patterns that there's something that we can wear today, and somebody's not going to say, okay, she looks like she came out of a 40s fashion catalog, if there were those at that time. But make some of those videos. And I'm making some of these videos so you get inspired, right? And perhaps it's not make 10, 20 of these, but perhaps pick 1 or 2 and invest in a little bit of nicer fabric and make a muslin and check on the fit, and then grab your nice fabric and make yourself something beautiful that will last the test of time. All right, guys, I hope you like this video. And if you do, just give it a thumbs up and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.